Good morning. Happy Thursday. Hello, Nancy Barrick.
Good morning, David. Happy Thursday to you too.
Thank you for joining me on Coffee and eXp Realty.
Absolutely. I've got mine too right here.
All right. Lot of excitement around this one. A lot of people finding out right now that you have joined eXp Realty. Not everyone even knows that. So,
Yeah,
what city are you in, my friend?
Temecula, California.
Temecula, California. And who sponsored you into eXp?
Zachary Bach.
Zach Bach. Okay.
Yeah.
And so tell me, and when did you join eXp?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Holy smokes. You and I have had a lot of really interesting conversations so far about what that is, and you have your own hashtag that you. Good morning, Tammy Willis. That you have with you already.
Hi, Tammy.
And we're going to shatter some myths about eXp, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. So, how's it been so far these last 2 weeks with eXp?
Yeah. So,
you know what? Let's rewind it a little bit. Let's go back a little bit further. So, how long have you been considering eXp?
Well, Zach called me, bugged me, called me, bugged me, called me, bugged me. And as you know, I'm a new grandma. So I kept telling him, leave me alone. I'm getting ready to have my first grandbaby. I don't care about anything else in the world. My grandbaby's coming and nothing else matters. So I considered it during that time. He was born back in February. So we started talking.
Hello, Pisces.
Yeah.
Hello, grandbaby, fellow Pisces.
I think we started talking back in mid-January. He started asking me questions and I told him, don't even talk to me till after grandbaby comes.
Yeah. Okay. So cool. So, and then, so grandbaby comes.
Yes.
And then you end up having a couple of different conversations. What was it that made you consider eXp?
Well, I always want to be on the upswing of the business. I don't want to be on the downswing of what I see going on in business. And, you know, eXp has been making a lot of noise. Some people say disruptor. To me, I'm seeing things and I'm hearing things. And a lot of what I was hearing, I didn't know if it was true or not. So I started messaging him and asking him some really tough questions and hearing back from him.
Let's dive into some of those because there's a lot of people, and that's been a theme so far on this show so far, has been 8 months for Galen, a year for Stacey Elliott and Beverly Hills. All of these different people that they thought about it for a long time. I took 8 months myself to decide to make the switch. What were some of the tough questions that you were asking?
I was asking about, you know, how long it was to get answers for different things. How would I get in a class? So I think I told you I've literally never even played a video game to this day in my entire life.
So really quick, let's take a minute and let's show off the name tag and let's sort of set the theme for this because here we go.
I'm going to take it up. Zach Bach had this made for me because he knows how much this means. If you look at the way bottom.
Grandma. Fantastic.
That's it. I don't care. Like nothing else in the world almost matters as to grandma.
I've never played a video game before.
No, still haven't.
Cloud brokerage. What in the heck are you talking about? I'm a grandma. What's been your experience with the cloud?
Yeah. So, you know, I think I want to step back to kind of onboarding.
Talk to me about it.
When I onboarded at my last company, it was, you know, my first time being in real estate. Okay. So it was frustrating.
Where you were the rookie of the year. So go ahead and set this up for you. So it was frustrating.
So yeah, I mean, I was successful there, but to me, it's always trying something new is always a little frustrating because you've got to learn a new routine, right? When I went from a flip phone to an iPhone way back in the day, that was frustrating too. But I needed to keep up with my kids back then. I needed to be able to text easier and get these apps and these things. And so I won't say it was like, oh my gosh, this was so easy. But what I found was really cool and surprising to me was because I kind of came in with some trepidation that, like, you know what, if it doesn't work, I have a backup plan for where I would go next, quite honestly.
Yeah.
And I have a fantastic coach, and we're always going to talk that way. Always, because I am one of those people that's very black and white, and I like things laid out. And if they're not laid out, it makes me nervous.
That's right.
So, right. So for me to be able to say, I have a backup plan, it's no big deal, was fantastic. So I kind of day 2 in the world, I kind of went into tech support to ask a question, and I just walked my little thing in, which for me is still a little bit of a challenge. I kind of giggle, but I got an answer right then. I literally talked to the tech support guy. Then I thought, I wonder if I can walk in and talk to the broker.
Yes.
So, and Zach and I had done this before, but I hadn't done it myself. And so I walked in and introduced myself to the broker.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. Like,
you walked into the cloud, introduced yourself to the California state broker for eXp. And at this point, you had not even joined eXp. And everyone's saying, oh, it's so hard to do this, and it's so hard to do that, and you can't get a hold of anyone, and there's no training. And here you are shattering that myth, and you hadn't even joined eXp yet.
Yeah, actually, by then I had joined, because I had already made the decision that, frustrated or not, I'm going to figure this out. And there's people to help me figure it out. And so I just kind of went, you know what?
Try on the dress.
I just saw that last night.
Grace said, try on the dress. If you're considering doing it, keep the tag on, take the dress out, go dancing. And if you don't like it, return the dress. So here you are trying on the dress.
Right. So, and by the way, that was awesome. And I don't know her. What's her name again? I don't
Grace
even know her
Santiago.
name. Okay, Grace. I got to meet Grace. She's darling. I'm like, I like that gal. And I love the thought. I'm not a try on the dress. I'm going to go with this one. And I'm very dogmatic about things. And I'm like, maybe I actually need to take a risk and realize that if I fall, I'm failing forward or falling forward. Mm-hmm. And as you know, I've had 5 foot surgeries. So falling is a big thing in my life. So anyway, all that to be said, I was in the cloud yesterday. I needed a question asked. I walked in. I was surprised because there's this little ticket thing. You can grab a ticket. And the longest I've ever waited is 5 minutes, maybe, to get my answer. And the cool part was, yesterday I was asking Debbie about, like, hey, I'm a little confused on the referral process, like exactly how you want me to do it, because I'm a rule follower. How do you want me to do this, Debbie? And she goes, I'm throwing everything into the chat box. Click on it while we talk. I'm like, what? Okay, still remember, no video game ever. Not like
This is Grandma at eXp showing up, trying to figure it out.
Oh my gosh, not like I'm going, I don't know how to use a computer or my phone or apps, but I've never worked in this type of thing where I still feel synergy in a cloud. And
go for it.
Yeah. And I mean, I was, I'm in a class and Brad was teaching. I don't know if you've been in Brad's classes, but any of you that are in eXp, if you've not been in Brad's classes, please don't come, because it's a gold mine for me. It's the caliber of teaching blows my mind. But anyway, so I'm in this class and he's dropping things into the chat box and telling us how to copy and paste the whole thing so we have it. And I'm going, this is cool. I'm having a bad ankle day. Like, if I had to go to a class, it would be hard for me physically to be able to do it. Yet I can wake up 20 minutes before my class. I don't have to look good, grab my coffee, and be in class and learn while I do my laundry. And so I really love it. I really love it. I'm surprised I really love it, quite honestly.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to love it.
And this is live training that you're getting in the cloud. And then you and your friends head down to the beach afterwards.
So here's the funny thing. I'm such a worker bee. In real life, if I go to the beach, I'm going to go all the way to Dana Point because that's where I grew up. And I love it there. And I'm going to go down to the harbor. I had somebody ask me if I wanted to meet on the beach to talk under the umbrella, which is a private conversation. So I'm like, even in the virtual world, I don't go to the beach. I just started laughing. So yesterday I made myself go to the dock or whatever, where the boats are, listen to the water splashing, which first time I'm like, this is a little cheesy. And then I'm like, actually it calms your brain down to go from this hard work environment where you're learning all this stuff in classes and an hour and a half class by the broker, by the way, hour and a half class every week, taught by my broker. It was mind blowing to me. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we sat and talked on the beach. Yeah.
And you're somebody that really loves that stuff. You really love, like, I want to know exactly what the contract is, exactly how it breaks down. I'm like, we'll fix it in an addendum.
Oh my gosh, no. No. I'm not, addendum to me, in my brain, addendum means something I didn't know, which maybe is okay, or you blew it and you're learning.
And what's interesting is 5 years ago, because I was recently sat in a contract. Well, actually, I was at the NAREP thing a couple of weeks ago in Huntington Beach, and this guy was talking. He says, if you're going to write this, there's now a proper contract, a proper form for storing property in a house prior to close of escrow. And all these people were laughing that there were people that didn't know this. And I was like, listen, 5 years ago, there wasn't even a cop. You just wrote in the addendum that it is contingent on the seller selling their property. And it's wild how far technology has come, how far the contracts have come.
And
so Amy's saying good morning from Fallbrook.
I've never met you yet, Amy, in person.
You and Amy will have to get together. That's what happens when we all hang out. When we're all working in the cloud, we all haven't met yet. Stacy says good morning from Pennsylvania. Now, both you and Stacy have been on the open house show, which is a lot of fun. And that was quite a good experience. Sorry, I'm trying to get this back up here. So let me ask you this. What is your favorite coffee mug?
So I have a very unusual coffee mug. Mine is blank.
Yours is blank.
There's nothing on here. And here's the reason. Because God is still writing my story. Ooh. And he's writing my future. And I'm working toward my future. So like everybody, I have stuff in my past I don't like. Mm-hmm. But I can so look toward the future and feel encouraged with this company, with where things are going, with the help, with even just that I booked an open house. I booked a 3-day open house on my first call yesterday. And I posted it in our chat group and I got so much encouragement.
Yep.
And you know what? That was huge to me because that was one of my things. I don't like making the calls. I don't like having to call and say, hey, I need an open house, or do you have one? And so getting it was awesome, but then getting it for 3 days was super awesome. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway,
and then to get some love on top of that is great.
Yeah.
Because
it doesn't have to be face to face all the time.
We're all doing a lot of things in a job that can be very discouraging at times. You know what I mean? Door knocking, open houses, cold calling. We're all going to run across people and issues that are frustrating for all of us. Right. And it's nice to have a peer group where we can all lean on each other a little bit for some encouragement when we're not necessarily feeling intrinsically motivated.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, like I keep saying in there, hey, if you haven't taken this class yet, take this one, you will love it. It's so good because I'm loving the training. It's phenomenal training to me. And I've paid for a lot of different training and classes and different masterminds and different things. Yeah. And so I'm really impressed, honestly, with the training. Shocked.
I've been shocked by the amount of time that you have spent in the cloud. Honestly, more so than anyone else in our entire squad, you're in the cloud. Other than actually probably more than anyone else. You've really locked onto the training and you keep saying, listen, I'm gonna have to bring this out of the cloud and teach you guys this and empowering other people to teach as well. So you were a part of our monthly meeting 2 days ago. What was that experience like for you in addition to the cloud, having that experience in the office where you're around other people?
That was the most interesting meeting I've ever sat in. It was the most honest, transparent, something that I don't really picture could happen in a regular brokerage where you have somebody that's kind of in charge in the sense of almost like there would be somebody to blame for the way discussions and questions were going, and somebody might have hurt feelings. With this, we're all equals. And everyone is there to encourage each other.
That's right.
And if somebody doesn't know how to do something, like Sky and I talking about, Sky shadowed me ages ago at a different company to learn how to do open houses. And the reason he got to shadow me is I taught an open house class. He's the only person that came up and said, would you teach me? Can I shadow you? Can I come to your open house? And I go, yes, because you're the only one that asked. And I was waiting for one to ask, and you were the first one. And then after I taught him, he said he wanted to do it again. I said, no, my dear, you are going, and now you're doing it, which it turns out he's been doing. He's been teaching other people. I love that.
Right. So a lot of times the people that are going to reach out to you for mentorship and then actually show up for it are the ones that are then going to pass it on to other people. And
I love that.
That's something that's really been a joy for me, is seeing people step into leadership. And one of the really cool things is I've had a couple of different people say that was the most interesting meeting that I've ever been a part of. And and I was talking to Kate about it. I said, "What? I wonder what it was that was so different for people." And I think that's exactly what we're all equals. We are all agent owners. We all have the same opportunity. And there's a lot of people with big egos that are sitting on the outside of this, and they don't want to step into this as an equal with everyone else. They want a special deal. They want to get the hookup. And the thing is, like, listen, that's not the company for you then. If you want to be the poster child and you get a secret deal so that everyone else gets hosed, go to a different company. If you want to come to eXp and have the same opportunities, the same ceiling as everybody else, the same cap as everybody else, then, this might be the company for you.
What was mind-blowing to me was even the fact that people who are newer in the business were willing to, put a hand forward and help. Like, I don't know how to do this, but I know how to do this. Or hey, I'll go door knocking, if we want to put together a door knocking group. Or I think the great thing about it is the fact that there is no one, because there is no one in charge, quote, in charge of us.
That's right.
At a city level or community level, however you want to say it. It makes us think outside the box. And everyone was volunteering to teach something or do something, or, hey, I can do contracts. I'm really good with that. And
that's the cool thing about it. It becomes a very tribal atmosphere where everybody is like, okay, what can I contribute? How can I make this better? And, we're keeping out the people who are like, what can you give me? How can I take something from this? And we're keeping the people and attracting the people who are like, listen, I really want to come in here and I would really love to contribute this. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want. I want a bunch of chiefs. I want a bunch of Indians. I want a bunch of Indians that can become chiefs, because the thing is that we all get better together. And there is no company like that exists out there. There is no agent-owned, agent-led company that is absolutely taking over the industry.
Yeah, I'm really loving it. As I said, I loved meeting Cora, who's 18 and killing it with open houses. I am more than 3 times Cora's age. And I love her passion. And I told her, I want to do an open house with you, because I love seeing her passion. And that reignited me to really get out there and push harder. And I love open houses. I mean, I have many people that say, you're open house queen, you're doing them all the time. And I get leads regularly from it. The other side of it is sometimes I need somebody to push me. I need to hear someone else's success in the open houses. And she's doing unbelievably great.
We all want to fish together.
Yes.
Like, there's a lot of us that are very used to being the lone wolf, but there's not a lot of us that are used to being surrounded by other wolves that are totally capable of doing it for themselves. And the thing is, when you fish together, you all learn better techniques at fishing. You all look over and are inspired by one another. It's not about competition. It's really about inspiration. And there's a lot of it to go around right now. I've been very inspired by this group.
Can I tell you one thing that I heard literally probably 1 minute or 2 minutes of an interview you did with somebody? I don't even know where it was, somewhere on Facebook. And I don't even know who it is. I can't even tell you. They said something about we're we're not teaching people how to fish with poles. We're teaching them how to use a net.
Yes.
That, I mean, that literally, like, I went, wait a minute, I don't even understand what that means. But
Yeah.
I mean, I do, broader, bigger, but that was so mind blowing to me. Just that level of collaboration that's going on here, that we don't have anybody to lean on. And that's
right.
a good thing.
That's
Yeah.
right. It's kind of like, there's one of two different ways that you can look at it. It will either become all Lord of the Flies and dog eat dog. And there is that part of eXp where there are the people who are like trying to call each other's, people that they're with and the people that they're showing up in pictures with. And, that's the nasty group that's always going to be in a scarcity mindset. But then there's the other group of us that we're working to create a web together. We're looking to create a net together so that we can attract more fish, we can catch more fish, and then we can get more fishermen and fisher women to go out there and do it with us. And so it's been a really great thing. And I appreciate the way that you have balanced out this office, because I do have a lot of rookies. You know what I mean? But they're opening escrows and they're taking. There's not a single person that showed up to the office yesterday that wasn't an escrow.
Wow. Awesome.
So anyway, this is my last question for you, my friend.
Yes.
What would you tell the person that is on the fence, that is seriously considering joining eXp but hasn't made the jump?
I think for one, check it out and really check it out. Like when I found out I could get a 3-day passport like Disneyland and come into the world and sit in classes, and which I've already given to a couple people. Look at it, ask the hard questions, and then understand that it really has great value. It has value that you wouldn't know was there.
Correct.
And to me, the fact that I can be home or I can be in office, but I don't have to go to an office to hear a class is huge. And I know there's a lot of mama bears out there with young kids that, hey, maybe that doesn't work, or they have to pay a babysitter.
Yeah.
But really the fact that this company is continuing to create and grow and is unbelievable. Just the way they're doing things is shocking. So yeah, ask somebody that that's with eXp, or you see somebody's eXp signs out on the road, stop by their open house, ask them what they like about it. It's not that
what they like about it, and get that 3-day pass. Go check out the cloud.
Yes.
Like I said, it's like a 3-day pass to Disneyland. But just like go in there, like poke around and check it out. And I didn't even know about that until
parking's free.
Yeah, parking's free. And I didn't know about that, I think, until Golden did it for you, right?
Zach did it for me.
Yeah, like it was one of those things that I found. I was like, I didn't even know that you could let people in the world to just
very cool
poke around. So
very cool.
Anyway, good to talk to you, my friend.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for being on Coffee and eXp Realty. If you guys would like to show up on the 13th from 4 to 5, all you have to do is open up your laptop to the realestatecallcenter.com, and you can mastermind with us from 4 to 5 and then dial with us from 5 to 7, or come into the office to the clubhouse powered by eXp Realty and hang out with all of us and dial. It'll be a good time.
Awesome. I will be there.
Cool. And then I hope to see you again and again and again on the open house show, my friend.
Yes, I will be there this Sunday. Are you doing it on Mother's Day?
We're always doing the open house show every Sunday. I think the only time that I didn't do it was Easter.
I have open house even on Mother's Day because my son works and my daughter's out of state. So, yep.
Here's the thing. I always tell people, don't hold an open house on Father's Day. It's a waste of time. Men do not want to go out looking at houses, but you would be shocked at how many moms want to go looking at houses with their Mother's Day. They're like, all right, what do you want to do, Mom, for Mother's Day? I want to load up the kids and I want to go dream big this week.
Awesome.
All right.
True, yeah.
Well, good luck this week, and I will see you on the open house show. And thank you so much for being on Coffee and eXp, Nancy Barrick. If anyone needs to get in touch with you, how can they call you directly if they're thinking about joining eXp?
Sure. You can reach me at 951-760-9125.
9125, or just reach out to her directly. This is Nancy Barrick. We are on Facebook. If you are watching this on YouTube, please feel free to hit subscribe. David Serpa at eXp Realty, and we'll see you guys next time on Coffee and eXp Realty. Have a great day, Nancy. Have a great day.
You too.